actually starting to rain, just a little bit, just sprinkling. But I thought I would go and check the grass in the veggie beds to see if they've died, because I've done that about a week ago now. Probably not wearing the best footwear because the grass is a tad wet, but I thought I'd go check it out. So I don't know if you can see on the camera, but the grass is starting to turn yellow, so I think that is a good sign. There's a few things I want to do today. I want to get some sugarcane mulch to put around the base of my fruit trees, and also I got a few books which I'll show you. I got 3 books, and this dog's gone crazy. But yeah, I got 3 books and I'll show you them now and tell you what I'm going to get up to. So the first one I got is this one by Lucy Chamberlain. It's called Step by Step Veg Patch, and each book that I have, it's like they've all got a little bit of different information. That's why I got all 3 rather than selecting one. So there's heaps and heaps of information about all different vegetables, when's the best time to plant them, what they like, companion planting, and then it's got at the beginning of each one how to prepare your bed and how to start and things like that. So that one's really good. Also, I've got this one called Practical Self-Sufficiency, which actually includes a lot more information rather than just a vegetable garden. So at the beginning of the book, which I haven't read too much into just yet, is about like how to live a bit more sustainable with energy efficient things. But the next one is Productivity in the Garden, which has so much useful information and different tips and ideas. And then after that, they've got how to like recipes and herbal medicine, how to make beer. I've also got this one, save this one till last, because good old Paul West from River Cottage, Australia. And I actually made a recipe, and I made this, the crispy crumbed asparagus, absolutely delicious. But yeah, this one as well, it's got different page for a different variety of vegetable or fruit and what they like, how to grow them with the climate they're in, if you're harvesting it, if you're planting it. So yeah, a lot of useful information in all 3 of these books, which all contain different information, similar information, but some things have more information than others, and then they've got their own useful tips as well. So I'll link these below if you guys want to check them out, because I highly recommend them. And yeah, I got books because it's nice to have, but also as well, like I'm only learning as well. Like I've done it before growing up, but that, like I didn't really pay attention to that. So yeah, it's good to have some useful information to look onto, and then if I'm out there or I want to plan something, I can just grab the book out and start reading. But all 3 of them say one specific thing which we haven't got, so it's one job on my list today to go and get, and that is to start a compost pile or a compost bin. So I'm going to go to Bunnings and buy a compost bin, and then hopefully we can get a start on that so we have some nice growing vegetables and good soil for the vegetables to grow in. So they all say to have carbon and nitrogen, and they need brown matter and green matter, and they recommend like 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm gonna try and make compost. Hopefully it's good. I've got this page here, Paul West. He says things like green matter such as fruit and vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, old plants, animal manure. So we haven't got cows yet, obviously. We got next door neighbours who have cows, and we have friends who have cows. So I'm going to go collect some of their cow poo. Not today, but I will soon. Eggshells and seaweed. And you also need some brown materials such as dry grass, I keep on saying glass. Dry grass clippings, leaves, wood chips, things like that. So yeah, I'm going to buy a compost bin. I've got a little stir-a-majig thing, which Jax is actually going to try and attach it to the drill, so it's like a electric sort of one, which will be easier. But yeah, that's the plans for today. I'm going to get some sugarcane mulch to put around my fruit trees, and I'm going to buy a compost bin and start looking into those sort of things for my vegetable garden and doing a bit more research with my books. So welcome to my messy under sink cupboard full of cleaning stuff. But I went to Kmart the other day and I got this cute little compost bin for my veggie scraps while I'm cooking. And it's actually quite handy, so I can fill this up and then take it out to the compost pile. But I've got some fruit and veggie scraps in there at the moment. So yeah, that's a handy little contraption to have if you haven't got one. Another thing with all these books is I made sure they were all from Australia because that's where I am, and I am in Victoria, so that is a cool zone as well as a temperate zone. So all these books tell you information specifically in this area, so that's really handy. It's not like I've bought a book from Australia but in Queensland where it's tropical, or a book that is actually in America and their conditions are a lot different to ours and their seasons are different too. So yeah, I made sure when buying these books that they were about the actual area that I'm from and my growing conditions as well. So that is a little tip when you're buying books about vegetable gardens, just so you know you're following the right instructions. I'm going to a different one that I normally go to because the one that I normally go to don't have any compost bins in stock, and Jackson went there the other night and they didn't have any, so that's where I'm going. So I'm going to get a compost bin and some sugarcane mulch. For a minute about how I was going to put it in the car because I didn't think it was going to fit through the car door, but it did, so that's all good. This is the compost bin I got and the sugarcane mulch. So the lid comes off pretty easily. It just comes off like that. I need to find a spot to put the compost bin. It's going to go around the veg garden area, but I'm not too sure whereabouts yet. So I gotta figure that out. And yeah, I got this sugarcane mulch. So like it says, it improves the soil moisture retention and it enriches the soil with nutrient and organic matter, naturally suppresses weeds, and it promotes worm activity. So that's good. So I'll put that out on the fruit trees once it stops raining. I'll have to get changed out of these clothes and put some more old clothes, farmy clothes on. I might do this afternoon, or I might do it tomorrow. I'm not too sure yet, when the rain subsides. And then, yeah, find a spot for this and then figure out what to put in my compost bin. So I only just got the one compost bin for the meantime. I'm not too sure whether to get a second or not. We'll soon find out when I start composting whether I need another one or not, but I thought we'll just get one for the meantime and see how it goes, and hopefully it turns out okay, which I'm sure it will. I just have to look into my books a bit more to see what needs to go in there and then go source some material for it. This is also the era that Jackson got from Bunnings. It's called Compost Mate. I think it's actually the same brand as this compost bin, but Jackson's going to, I think, cut the top of this and then we'll be able to put it in his drill and it will do it a lot better than what it would be by hand. So that's what you use to aerate your compost and to mix it up.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations, cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting.
Just laying some sugar cane mulch around the base of my fruit trees, and then I just have to water it down just so the mulch stays where it is because it's a bit windy today. But I actually think it looks quite nice, even though it's supposed to help the plant. A little ring around it, it looks quite good. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the fruit trees.
So free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson, cause you glue all the pieces back together.
So I'm gonna go see in a minute where to put the compost bin. I wanted to mow the grass today, but our mower has a flat tire and our air compressor isn't here at the moment, so we're gonna have to wait for that before I can start mowing the grass, because I wanted to put the grass in the compost bin. but we'll probably fix that up next week, or I think Jackson actually wants to get a new compressor and it's not in stock at the moment. So when that comes in stock, then we'll mow the grass. But we're just having a stroll around the paddocks at the moment, and the dam is full. And Willis was going for a swim, but sometimes he chickens out when he gets to here. But yeah, it actually looks really nice with the water up to the top. Hasn't been like this for a while. There he goes, come on. Oh, he absolutely loves swimming with us, so it's so good that he can actually do it at home. Before we lived here, we used to go walking in the botanical gardens, and they had a big bit of water like this that he used to love swimming in. So it's good that we finally have something like this at home for him to swim in. And he's absolutely satched my legs by rubbing up against them, but he's having the best time ever. So we're just going to drill some holes into the compost bin so we can put some pegs in it so it doesn't blow away in the wind. But I'm actually going to mow the grass with the push mower just out here, so I can use that grass to put in here for now, and the rest of my sugarcane mulch. And I know I can put that in the veggie garden, but we probably won't plant the veggie garden for another couple of weeks, and we haven't got that much sugarcane mulch left over, so I'll chuck it in and chuck the grass in, and chuck whatever veggie scraps I've got in the kitchen, I'll chuck them in and start making this compost. I'm just going to put the compost bin here for now, because you can just move this around to wherever you want really. So for the meantime, I'm just going to put it here. I'm going to scratch the grass up a bit underneath, and then I'm going to peg it in, get some twigs and stuff from the willow tree that are lying on the ground, put that in as a base, put the sugarcane mulch, and then put the mowed grass, which I'll go mow after this. And that will be the start of my compost pile.
There's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all.
So I've mowed the grass over there, and I've done layers of grass and mulch and twigs. Tonight when I cook, I'll add more veggies to my veggie scrap pile, and then I'll bring them out in the morning and probably give it a stir in the morning, and then every week I'll give it a good stir too, so let it start turning into compost. So this is what it looks like now, and tomorrow I will fill it up with some more stuff like vegetable scraps and maybe some more straw and some more grass. I'll see if there are any other areas that I can mow, but for the time being, this is the start of my compost pile.
Toes, undercover agents of the other.